Get ready for some great music and great stories. Band in Seattle starts right now. Welcome to Band in Seattle. I'm Xander Denke, and with me is Casey Carter, avid supporter of the local music scene as well as the founder of The Blow Up, a site catering to the independent artist, to talk about tonight's bands, In Cahoots and Spellcaster.
In Cahoots' bio on their website says they are Seattle's last rock band, and that truly is a breath of fresh air. Their sound is a direct draw from classic Carrie Ackery, Seattle bands Hammerbox and the Rockfords. These four have graced over 70 venues, so it's truly a pleasure to have them with us tonight.
We're really excited. We'll be right back with In Cahoots.
Hi, I'm Christina Kramer, and I sing and play guitar for the Seattle band In Cahoots. When I'm not rocking out with them, I play acoustic guitar and sing at SeaTac Airport.
I'm not asleep if I'm not awake. Dream this whole thing away. Open tight, rub my eyes. Look to you and we pray. Yeah, I've been left to my own devices.
My Own Devices is about me getting in my own way. The main line of the song is, I've been left to my own devices, I've been left for dead. And I think that's a little melodramatic, but I wouldn't be doing great if I were just winging it by myself.
I've been left to my own devices. I've been left for dead.
I was terrible at sports. I was a goalie for soccer, and I would sit down and pick flowers. Then I was in ballet and tap. That did not take. And finally I found Mercer Island Children's Choir and learned classical music and musicals, and then finally found rock and roll in high school and decided around the age of 20 to really dive into that and write my own songs. I was playing around town at open mics and some small gigs solo, and I had all these songs that didn't really just fit me as a solo act. So I went on the internet, which is what you do nowadays, and put an ad out, and I can't imagine knowing then that these strange dudes, meeting them off the internet, would now be my family, but they are.
I've been left to my own devices. I've been left for dead.
I was playing in a punk rock band. She had an ad on Craigslist, and so I responded to it, and she came and saw me play. We're kind of pop rock, we're kind of hard rock. Christina really drives the music with her voice.
I've been left to my own devices. I've been left for dead.
Dave is my musical brother. We just have this thing, we don't have to talk, we can be quiet together. We're just there for each other. He's a chef, so that's the #1 reason I would have him in the band.
I really enjoy playing in this band. It's the one thing I think that keeps me steady as a person. Also helps keep me focused on things outside of work.
I saw an ad for a bass player, and I answered it, and they showed up at one of my shows, and they were like, can you be ready to play at the Crocodile on a Friday night at 5 days?
I talked to Rich online, and he was very type A and very into details, and you know, I'm kind of a disorganized, fly by the seat of my pants girl, and I was like, I don't know if this will work. He's very got it together.
He wants to be precise, he wants to be that guy.
But then I saw him play with another band, and he was very intuitive and confident, and he knew when to stand out, and he knew when to blend in.
Wish I had looks, I wish I had gold. My heart is on fire, but my body's gone cold. Fingers on wood, my bones filled with dead in my tones.
You know, I've always been one of those people I could just compartmentalize and just move on to the next thing. So, you know, at 4:30 work's over, the guitar comes out, I play, and then I'm off to practice. Most days I leave the house at 7 and I come home at 11, but you know, I figure at my age, what else am I supposed to be doing? Playing golf?
I'm just a Carolina throwaway, yeah. I never thought that things would end this way. I'm just a Carolina throwaway. No, you can't make me stay. Lungs are so heavy, breath has gone away. I wish I could scream, I wish I could rave. Voice has gone quiet.
Our most recent addition is Brad, our guitar player. He's 2 years in.
Well, the reason everybody hates Brad Judy is because he is a jerk.
Youthful guitarist with too much negative energy.
Just want to throw stuff at him. Sweet Tooth is about a hypothetical girl breaking up with a hypothetical boy and going to Target and buying a bunch of candy and eating it because she's sad.
A song about my most unfortunate patients. I am Dr. Brad Judy, lead guitar player for In Cahoots. And when I'm not rocking out with them, I am a dentist on Mercer Island, Washington.
On and on and on it goes. Life goes on. It goes all about you. But I don't know what to do. Want to talk to my best friend, but I can't. My best friend was you. Still don't know what to do. Want to know the truth. I'll get over it. I'll get over it 'cause I have to. I'll get over it with my sweet tooth.
We needed a lighter force in the band, and Brad is that lighter force. He's like your annoying little brother. We love him to death, but
I've been told by many, many people that I am the nicest apple they've ever met. You can ask my mother, my sister, yeah, they get it pretty bad. But I love them to death, and I mean, I'd take a bullet for them, absolutely. And same with the bandmates. I mean, I'd take a bullet for any of them.
But I can't. My best friend was you. Still don't know what to do. Wanna know the truth.
Around age 12, I wanted to play guitar because I believe the Seattle scene was going on around that time. That's all I ever wanted to do, get home from school and go play guitar. My parents couldn't get me out of there. I wouldn't do my homework because I was playing guitar. I'd be eating dinner, playing guitar. So I've known Christina actually since high school. When I knew her in high school, she didn't really do any music stuff at all other than sing in church choir if her mother could get her to go. She came to me saying, hey, I've got this album and we're having some guitar player issues and can you help me with it? And that was the perfect kind of non-committal, yeah.
Wanna know the truth. I'll get over it. I'll get over it 'cause I have to. I'll get over it. I'll get over it with my sweet tooth.
yeah, for me, it's all just about watching the audience and seeing what songs they like, what parts they're bobbing their heads to.
I know it definitely helps drive me when I see people dancing and clapping after we're done.
Finally, now I'm at a point where audiences don't bother me. I like the more people, the better. A smaller audience freaks me out because it's very intimate, and I feel like they have more of an insight into what's going on with me on stage.
When I'm up there for me. I don't care anymore if there's 2 people listening, if there's nobody listening. Come up to me after the show, talk to me, let me know what you thought, even if it's bad. Like I said, it's all a constant improvement for me. So, I welcome all of that.
Yeah, at this point, I'd much rather sing in front of a huge audience than give a speech somewhere.
I woke up this morning 'cause I know it just gone. I was cursing at myself. I was staring at the sun. I have made my own life road. Been built just for one. Don't you dare come aboard. Don't you dare slow my blood.
I love being a part of Experience the City of Music at SeaTac Airport. It is the best job a musician in this town can have. My favorite moment was a girl who has been going through a breakup on the East Coast, and I was playing a song off our new record called Eggshells, and she stopped and sat down and started to cry, and she told me about her breakup and asked me to play the song again, that it spoke to her, and then asked me to play it again and another time, and she just cried the whole time, and I hope it helped her. I hope it didn't make her feel worse, but that was something I was happy to do, was just play this song over and over for one heartbroken traveler.
I'm a sad song bird. A sad song bird. Well, the moral of this story, if you could call it one, is never get dragged down by your own sad songs. Climb a boat so high, as far as you can go, and take a leap of faith. With your wings you will fly.
Now it's time for Spellcaster. You can tell these 5 Portland natives listened to a lot of thrash metal growing up, but appear to be more influenced by Northwest band Sanctuary than Metallica. Their consistent hard work since forming in 2009 has landed them a deal on Heavy Artillery Records out of New York and yielded them their own North American tour.
So get ready to rock. We'll be right back with Spellcaster.
I would define heavy metal music as a community. It's for the kids in high school. It's for when you are just looking around and you see playing football, doing sports, cheerleading and stuff, and it's just kind of the other side. It's just kind of the rebellion against mainstream society.
Long hair, you know, tattoos, leather.
To me, heavy metal is just a sheer force of speed and power and strength that all comes together in this form of music.
Since there's less of us, it's totally tight-knit, and everyone's a lot truer to what comes out. You have pop songs that come out, they're 15 minutes of fame, they're out the window. Meanwhile, you have metalheads listening to the same record that came out 40 years ago.
People are like, oh, heavy metal, it's a bunch of noise, it's a bunch of just ruckus or whatever. They don't take into consideration, they're not knowledgeable about it as a whole.
A lot of people don't know there's like 100 subgenres of metal. Like, there's so many. Viking metal is a funny one.
Hi, I'm Tyler Loney, the vocalist from Spellcaster.
Hi, I'm Colin Vrenazan. I'm the drummer for Spellcaster.
Hi, I'm Gabriel Franco, and I play bass in Spellcaster.
Hi, my name is Corey. I play guitar in Spellcaster.
Hey, I'm Bryce Van Hoosen from Spellcaster. I play guitar.
The first song I ever heard was called Hallowed Be Thy Name by Iron Maiden. It was like, that's what kind of music I like. Where we fit, we're kind of the kids that listened to the records, grew up, started a band, and so we actually have a lot of fans that are older, like 40s, 50s, that are like, wow, you guys are playing this kind of music. I totally thought you were from 30 years ago.
The most exciting thing that I've discovered is, maybe like some late 80s Deep Purple albums or something like that. So that's, new to me.
We were young. We didn't really have our own sound yet. We were just kind of idolizing bands that we really looked up to. When we went to do the second album, we just kind of came in without like a a kind of like, oh, we just want to sound just like, you know, Iron Maiden or whatever. It just kind of was like, let's just play, and whatever comes out, and that's what we've been doing since.
Interesting to see it evolve, because the parents from like the 70s and 80s, they grew up, they had kids, and those kids listened to their parents' records and then grew up, and now they're in bands, and it's like it's a revolution, you know, it just keeps on going in a cycle. Night of the Hell Beast is just drenched in cheese sauce. It's, yeah, melting with cheese. But so fun, we love playing it. Yeah, we have to include it in every set. Our old drummer too was like, oh, we gotta spell night, N-I-T-E. I'm like, all right, it's spelled N-I-T-E. The lyrics for Spellcaster are mostly written by Tyler and I. Tyler is our singer. He's very true to himself, and I think it shows in a lot of the lyrics and the way he writes and acts on stage.
Everyone thinks heavy metal is some screaming blood and fire thing, you know? It's not. And there's more melodies behind it, and so everything's just tarnished because like, oh, you're in a metal band, so I'm like, sure, but we actually write songs too.
A lot of bands sing about, you know, the typical heavy metal themes like war and battle and stuff like that, but we want to write things that people can relate to, like in every other kind of genre of music.
There's just been so many people writing now, like Thomas's ideas for old stuff, and Bryce comes in with new riffs. I have riffs, Corey has riffs, Gabe has riffs. Just so many people now writing in the band, so it's kind of almost hard to remember how this song came together, because I'm like, who wrote this part?
We're Spellcaster from Portland, Oregon. This song is called Ghost of My Memory.
Ghost of My Memory, I really like playing that song. I love playing that song live. I love doing the opening riff.
I think the chorus is one of the catchiest that we have on the album, so we really enjoy playing that one.
never been in a full-time band like this before. It was always a dream of mine to play heavy metal shows in front of people. I think when it comes down to it, I just want to play.
I've seen a lot of people lose that passion, going out on the road. They may be talented or whatever, and they just quit, they just go off and don't want to do it anymore, which is very weird for me. Like how can someone be so awesome and then just want to quit?
You're not in heavy metal to make money. Not nowadays. There's, you gotta love it. And we all love it. I was like, how did I ever fall into the idea that I could maybe spend the rest of my life working at a job? It's too easy to trap yourself, and I just don't want that. I don't give up easily.
I went to college and I got the fancy degree and all that kind of stuff, so, I'm able to go out and get a job just building websites and, sitting in an office all day long, 9 to 5 in front of a computer screen, doing my thing. But I just picked up a guitar and that was that.
Well, that's it for tonight's Band in Seattle. If you want to hear more, check us out on bandinseattle.com, where you can hear full concerts and find links for more information about our bands and where they're playing next.
And to stay up with the latest on the music scene, check out my website, MissCaseyCarter.com, where you can check out more about the Blow Up, where we cater to the independent artist.
Thank you again for watching. Join us next week for more great music and great stories on Band in Seattle.